Hello tubers, here we have the Ista 1500 i1500. This one is the 48 volt max 1600 watts Ista 1500 i1500, and this is a mod that I do to them. Each time these turbines I work with them, some of the problems with them are this block right here. That block is a ceramic block with copper connectors. We take them out. They're an Achilles heel for them. So by taking them out, this one is in that process. Now this one came out of the i700. This one is the same block for the i1500. That's going to come out. I'll solder the wires together. I'll drill 2 holes, as you can see. They're already in there. There's one on the bottom side, one on that side. Total of 2 holes. These 2 holes will be for water. Some of the Achilles heel on them is that water's getting in them and damaging these turbines. This one, some of them have been said not to have the seal. This one has the seal. You can see it. It's right there. This one's brand new, right out of the box. This one does have the seal. I didn't check this end, but I go a step further in my mod. When I'm done putting this back together after I solder all them joints and take that terminal block out, at that point then I'll re-spray paint this whole unit. So the other parts that I have, they're in the barn, and I did spray them. The tail boom goes high gloss gray. The tail itself went high gloss black, and then the nose cone went high gloss gray, and then so you got a gray and black turbine. The propellers are black, and the tail is black. The rest is high gloss gray. But it's in the opinion that drilling these 2 holes, one on each side, inside this head, and removing that block and soldering them wires, and then heat shrinking all the solder and heat shrink them so that they're try to resolve the problems that they do have. But this is a nice turbine. This is massive. This thing is it's big. It's it says here that it's 21 kilograms. So that's like I'm gonna say around 45 pounds. So it's massive. For the best bang for your buck for wind turbines. Now I've been in wind turbines my whole life. I live off grid and have for 15 years. And I had the Whisper 500 and I had the Whisper 100. Now the 500 self-destructed after just under 2 years. That really produced power. But when it kept blowing boards, and when you're sleeping and it blows a board and freewheels, at that point then they overturn and self-destruct. But that did work really well. And the other Whisper 100 I had, it lasted for 10 years, and about year 11 I think, somewhere around there, that turbine, the slip rings were gone, the bearings were gone, it was time to come down. And I kind of gave up on turbines until I seen these here Ista turbines. Yeah, I lost a lot of interest in them. But not to mention, then I had flooded batteries. Now I have LiFePO 4. So at least with that said, with LiFePO 4, well, they don't like PWM. So you got to have MPPT. With the Ista and the new MPPT technology for wind to get on board was it was a no-brainer. So basically we've got more than enough power for 3 seasons of the year, but the one season I do need this here to function is going to be the wintertime, and it eliminates gas or generator runtime. So modifying this and putting it up on the older stands that I already have, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, it was this connector will be removed. I'll solder the joints, put them back together, heat shrink them, and seal the unit. Drill 2 holes, one on each side of the bottom side of the turbine should there be water issues, after it goes back together, again, you can clearly see the seals on there. After it goes back together, then what I'll do is I'll paint the whole turbine. And what I mean by painting it is I'll spray it with a high gloss gray. I know it's aluminum, but when you take it apart, you can see where I damaged some of the paint but with the screwdriver popping the unit off of here. So the point isn't to fix it, it's aluminum. Aluminum's not going to hurt anything if it does get, well, the paint that is on this is nice. It ain't going to hurt it any. But the problem is, if you paint it with the high gloss paint, I know it's aluminum. I get that. With that said, though, by spraying it, there should be deflection of the water to go off of it, and also seal this joint right here where this fins touch this side for a seal. So I pound the paint right to this so-called edge in little slow sprays, and then in the end, after I get the whole edge and this edge here as well, to try to eliminate the water problem, knowing that's the Achilles heel. If I can get rid of the water problem, then you got longevity. So with that said, that's why I sprayed the turbine. But it not only looks better, but it has the attempt to say that I'm trying to seal it so that the water doesn't take its toll on it and get inside it. But even if it does, remember the two holes here, one on each side, they should drop it out. Now I put them on two different angles. One's a hard angle towards the slip rings, and the other one is more of a straighter angle, but being that there's two of them, it should compensate for any water issue. And if you're buying these anyways, it's just good to check to see if they got a seal, and by painting it, it should seal it all the better. With that said, I took all the stickers off it knowing I'm going to paint it, so that's why you can see there's no stickers on it. But for what it's worth, there's the box. It says ista on it. That came with all the generator and all the hardware, and there was the blade box with the tail boom in it, and here is the 3 carbon fiber blades. I will paint them blades. I'm not painting them to paint them because they are already black, but if I paint them, the trick is, if you're gonna do the mod, why go halfway and just seal the generator and make it so it's what you want? Why not go all the way and paint the blades? And what I mean by that is, when this sits sideways and it's outside and you're getting ready to fly it, all you got to do is, when it's underneath the prop, spin the blades, label them 1, 2, 3. In my case, there's 3 blades. I only believe in the 3-blade theory. However, putting 3 blades on it, people in low wind, they may want to run 5 blades to get more performance out of low wind, and I understand that. With that said, though, if you put the 3 blades on this here I-1500, put a coat of paint on them. They're already black. I'll put a coat of paint on all 3 of my blades. Now, they will be labeled 1, 2, 3. I'll spin the blades, and whatever one's heavy will fall down. It'll land on that over and over and over. I'll put a coat on 1 and 2. If it was 3 landed at the bottom, I'll go coat 1 and 2. But if you don't get a random appearance or it back falls, then you've got to put another coat, gentle coat, on the one that's heaviest. I hope this helps, guys, but by balancing these, I know it's an issue, but if you're going to go out of the way to modify it, go all the way by using paint, like a lot of people have been using weights and countermeasures and stuff, and hey man, that works great, all the power to you. But I've been doing this for 15 years and I use paint. It'll wear evenly in the weathering and on the leading edge, but I paint all 3 blades, and then when I spin the blades, wherever it lands, I label them 1, 2, 3. If it falls back from the opposite side of motion, then put a coat on the other 2 until they land randomly. But at that point, that's about as best you're going to get, and that's what works for me. Hope this helps, guys, and well, you're going to mod your I-1500. This is what I do, and after this, I'm going to put another I-1500 up. This is the main homestead I-1500. The next I-1500 mod is going to go on the man cave, and the I-700 I do have is going to go up to the young fella's cabin. So I hope this helps, guys. This is my mod for the I-1500 48 volt off-grid homestead. Thanks for watching.